Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about the CR6 SE, the Creality 3D printer, and why it's not the best 3D printer to buy in 2023. So this video will be divided into three parts. An overall introduction of the 3D printer and about the design and features and overall features, and a second part will be about the pros and cons of the design and the manufacturing of 3D printer, and then a final conclusion and why do I think that you should not buy the CR6 SE in 2023. So what is the overall design of the 3D printer? It has a build volume of 235 by 235 by 250, and it has a dynamic driver system. It's a system used to drive stepper motors, make them quieter. And it has an auto bed leveling feature using the nozzle and the touch sensor. And it has a touch screen. So instead of using like a knob or something, it's touch. And it has a filament sensor, so like when the filament is done, it just automatically stops instead of it continuing to print with no filament. And also at last has a quick release, so using opening these, you can just very easily remove the glass bed. So now for the pros and cons. I think one of the best features of this printer is having the auto bed leveling. So instead of you each time leveling and trying to have the perfect layer, that helps you get not the perfect layer, but like as perfect as possible. And also the filament sensor helps you detect if there is any problems with the filament run out, and instead of you printing for 10 hours and having nothing because the filament just ran out, at least you don't waste your time. And also it has a printer zoom feature where you can very easily resume a print if the filament ran out or you want to stop for any reason. And also about like the dynamic drivers that we talked about, that helps in the level of noise of the stepper motor. So also having quiet stepper motors really helps like reduce overall noise. But still there is like the fans and other things, and we're gonna talk about that in the next portion about the cons. So for me, the biggest problem with the CR6 SE and with a lot of Creality 3D printers is the unreliability when you print. Unlike like the Prusas and also the Bambu lab, you can't expect the same result each time. So like these are, you can see, are like good 3D prints and it came out clean, but I have a lot of examples that I will be shown now on the screen where there's a lot of problems and defects. Yeah, and I think that is the biggest problem with most of the Creality 3D printers. And also the CR6 SE suffers of that also. So other problems, having really bad layer adhesion. So like a lot of prints, after it's done, you try to remove them out of the bed, it will split apart, or after like some point they'll just split apart because of poor layer adhesion. And also I think over time the bed adhesion kind of fades away, and over time the bed this kind of silicone bed loses its adhesion over time. So it's a glass, but then has a silicone coating on top of it, and I think that loses adhesion over time. And also I think for the price of the CR6 SE, I think it could add some other things like lights or having, because this printer comes with lights, but it's like a small blue LED light, and I don't understand why they chose the blue LED. It should be a white LED, that would have been a lot better. And also with the noise, it has all like noisy fans. So like The cooling fan really is a lot noisier than other printers, and I think they should have changed that because it's not like a cheap like Ender 3 or Ender 3 V2. And also I think for the other fans, like the cooling fan for the motherboard could also be a lot quieter if they use better fans. So for the CR6 SE, I don't think it's the worst 3D printer out there, but I think for the price you can get a lot better. So like for cheaper, I think 250 or 300 or 260, you can get like an Ender 3 V2, and with some upgrades it will be as good or even better than the CR6. And also if you have a bit more budget, you can get the like Bambu Lab P1P. I think that's a very good 3D printer for its price also. And that's why I don't think you should buy the CR6 SE in 2023. You have many better options, and I'll show some on screen right now, and I will link them in the description so you can see what better choices you have for 3D printer 2023. So thank you for watching. This was my review of the CR6 SE after 1 year of use. I don't know if I have mentioned that before, but I have used it for about 1 year now. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll be upgrading the 3D printer by adding a chamber and some lights and maybe changing the motherboard, but I'm still not sure. So stay tuned to the next video and you can see my newest video up here. Or here, I don't know, but probably up here.